Like, people don't deserve your kindness, but you always give kindness.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to erase all the bad I did in my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't perfect in that shit, you know, you don't get in there.
You're perfect.
That means something good.
Alright. Well, here we are at Unpinned Journeys. I'm Sia. This is Wanbli.
How y'all doing?
And this is Tess.
Hello.
So, Tess sent me an email that you know about. You read it, right? Well,
Oh, yeah,
read it?
Yeah, I checked it out.
Yeah. So let's dive into childhood memories.
Shit.
Where do you start with your childhood memories?
I was born in Palm Ridge, you know what I'm saying, in 1985. Old hospital. It's not around no more, but it was like a landmark, you know what I mean? And you know, my childhood, shit, I was born dirt poor, you know what I mean? Like, I came from trash, you know what I mean? The thing is like, it molds people into, you know, who they gonna be. And like, you don't even, we didn't know who's gonna have food, something to eat. Cause you know, my mom's always drinking, you know, the whole family was alcoholics, you know what I'm saying? There was just there's no opportunity, man. And even when you rise above a little bit, there's people that put back there. Yeah.
When you were growing up in that, did you know that that was abnormal?
It's not normal. It's still normal to this day, you know what I mean?
It's normal to today.
Yeah, it's still.
Like your friends and like family, like everybody that you surround yourself with, that was just a normal life that you didn't even understand like what you see today.
Yeah, it's different. Like now, you know, like I went down there, and it just the whole vibe down there is different, man. Like everybody was poor. You know, I mean, we had a couple people, you know, a couple neighbors down there in Reservation. You know, they got to read, you know, nice stuff. Like a majority of the people down there are poor, and they rely on food stamps and, you know, commodities. They give commodities, you know, the food that the government hands out, and they rather they'll go and sell that shit to get drunk. Shit, and you know, that was just a normal way of life, you know what I mean?
In school, how long were you in school for?
I just don't even, I can't even call going to school.
Regularly? Like,
Just like, I remember, I think I went to like kindergarten in first grade, but like sporadically through my life, but like I can't even recall going to like first or second grade. And then like, so my dad's white, you know what I'm saying? He's from Houston, Texas. And like, my mom didn't want to leave the res. And like, the way the res is like, it like keeps out of like fear of, you know, being profiled and, you know, the racism and all kinds of stuff, man. Like, it just keeps people there. And everybody's like, oh, you ain't never gonna leave the res.
yeah.
That's how it is.
It's almost like you hear so many people dream almost of leaving the res, but it's like they can't. There were a lot of times just when I was over in Roseville a lot for spay neuter clinics, there were so many people who were so interested in doing things and they would volunteer and this and that, and then, you know, I would follow them a little bit, and one of my conversations was, you can have so many opportunities to do a variety of jobs in Sioux Falls, and there's nothing on truly like West River. Now that I know Rapid, I'm like, I don't think anything is like Sioux Falls there.
Right.
And so it's just crazy because there are people so capable and full of excitement and wanting to do something, but then physically leaving the reservation is almost impossible for them.
So is it like unheard of somebody being brought up into Pine Ridge and they say, I want to own a business and I want to own it in my home? So on Pine Ridge, they own their own business, whether it be like a small town coffee shop or.
It's down there. It's down there now. You know, you know, back then. I mean, yeah, you know, that's how Yellowbird started. Yellowbird it was like the first gas station. I mean, it was called Beans, and one gas phone, hey, dirt parking lots to this day. It's like that. Like that was like the first one, and there was L&S for Lonnie and Sandy, the video store. That was their store. You know what I mean? And shit, I bet you that's all it was. And then like they brought Pizza Hut in there and Subway. You know what I mean? Like they just could never have nothing nice. That's what it is, man. Because everything's given to them. You know what I mean? They never earned or bought nothing. They was all given to them for free. So how you gonna take care of something that's for free? You ain't never worked for it. You know what I mean? That's what I think. You know?
So what was your childhood home like? If you could explain what home was.
So my mom had her own house, but she was from Old Bakerwood, so I mean, that's not where I'm from. From the east side, man, East Street, boy. You know, so I lived with my auntie, with my brother, my auntie Faye. Like, you know, the furniture's old. You know, like nothing's never bought new. Just like a hand-me-down, so a hand-me-down to another hand-me-down. As you know, you got the spring cushions coming up, you're supposed to blankets down. You know what I mean? The bed's old. It's old, but like to us, man, that was, she had luxury, man. There's kids that was way worse than me. Then like roaches, man, like it's crazy, like, and fast. You walk into the kitchen, turn a lot of roaches everywhere. And the little mice heading out, it's crazy. And the shit that was normal to us, man. Like, you go to any house on the reservation, and I ain't saying like every house is like that, but like a majority, like my auntie's house, shit, my own G's house, that's grandma and my other one G's house up the road, shit. And it's so much extended family in there, you know what I mean? Like, because maybe I had a kid and my girlfriend's living there too, and then, you know, so it's always packed.
And living in a house like that at such a young age, did you ever have like hopes and dreams of like what you wanted to be when you grew up? Like most kids are like a cop, a firefighter, that was gonna help somebody or do something fun or veterinarian.
See, I watched fucking 8 Seconds one time and wanted to be a bull rider. Lane Frost, I mean, fucking had the snakeskin boots, had everything, I mean, just like everything on the res, man, dreams are shattered.
Yeah. Did you ever have like a little plan of how you would get there?
Hell no. Maybe roping the dogs. She loved the dogs out there.
What is, okay, so somebody from California, what is the thing with res dogs? Because since I moved here, everybody says things about res dogs or being a three-legged dog or a dog from the res. What makes them different?
No, I will say real quick, there is a very big difference between, I call it truly like the white world and the real world. So his version is truly what happens there. My version is the potential, what you see, what I see or view it as. And so all of these topics, it's so interesting to talk about them because we're on complete opposite ends of the world.
Right.
Complete opposite.
A res dog is like a res dog survive anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, they get run over, they get shot. Yeah, three-legged dogs, it's a real thing, you know what I mean? And they make it though, and they're dangerous too. But you know, like we all had, so they really like nobody's dogs, they're community dogs. So like they just, like they roll wild. And like, you know, we use them as when we were growing up, you know, like we had watching TV, you know, we had like pit bulls, so we always train them with the boat, catch the best dogs and bring them back to the man. That's how we train them shit. I mean, it's bad. I mean, like, oh shit, we ain't on you better. You know, like, we scared. Ain't no one coming, the cops and our parents, our whoever's watching us ain't gonna be like, stop that, that's immoral to hurt other, living animals and people. No one said that down there, man. They turn a blind eye to everything.
That's one thing. I never hold stuff against him. Like, I will be so taken back, or I'll be upset, or I'll be, I will be devastated to hear. Yeah, I will be so upset to hear a lot of this, and it just, it makes you just boil.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have to understand the way they lived. You absolutely no one feeds the dogs. No one goes out and grabs food and says, "Oh, here, your dog's starving, let me help you." It'll be on a chain that weighs 100 pounds with a dog house out there. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but this is the point. This is the point. And so then, like, the dog's starving, but they still keep it. They don't, it's their dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's normal.
Yeah.
And then again, for what they did with dogs and whatnot, was fighting them or whatever. Like, it's just crazy. Training. Yeah, training.
Michael Vick training.
Yeah, but it's insane that there was truly never any like learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just everything there. That's the way of life. It's so normal.
Struggle.
And so but like that's how you. So then me, for instance, how do you go in there and then try to like educate people, right? Because you have so like spay neuter clinics and stuff. You'll have, depending on where you are, 1 a year, 2 a year, maybe you have 10 a year. So whatever you have. But even though you might go into the community 1 time, 10 times, 20 every week, and it doesn't matter, you might change one kid's view. You truly might. But that's only while you're there. And then when you're gone, they're not going to have a whole different view forever. They're going to go back to what they know. And so it's hard. Everything is about education, especially for kids, but there's nothing there. There's nothing to keep them educated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's hard.
What was the highest grade you did complete?
8th grade, man.
8th grade?
8th grade. I was in 9th grade, but I was in 9th grade twice. So I ain't going to school no more. They don't have the police ain't gonna come and arrest your mom for you down there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna tell you something. So when I was living in Texas, and I moved back when I was 15. I was forced to come up when I was 15, and they put me in pre-algebra. And I'm like, hey, I was doing this in 8th grade, and so they gave me the test, and so they put me like bump me up, man, to algebra, and I'm like, shit. But everything is like, it was just outdated, you know? They all the funds for shit. Investment. Nah.
Just get over that.
Shit.
I could never do it.
Man, so they used to, back then they used to have paper food stamps, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now they got the cards, so they did the cards to deter people from selling them.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there counting books of food stamps.
That's his math.
Oh,
it came from food stamps.
Did it?
Yo, nah, I didn't. Nah, I went to school down in Texas, so education down there was good.
Back to Tessa's email.
She
said, yes. Let's dive into a little bit of that. I wish I could read off of it, because there's so many things in there that she highlighted that was just to you it was real life and it's normal. To us it's how the hell did you make it?
I'm gonna tell you this one time. So my Auntie Faye, she's a good woman. She passed on, but so we had times when it'd be tough with no food stamps and the food's low, and man, she drank up all the money and whatever. And so we get the meat, the issue of the meat. She cut the fat off, right, and she freeze it. You know what I mean? And then some tough times come, and And Faye, what you got cooking over there? She's like, soup, fat soup. I was like, label it up though, and it was just noodles and fat. You know what I mean?
And you liked
That's what
it?
you ate.
But that's what we ate. Shit, it was good. Shit.
It doesn't matter if you like food or not.
Well, it always tastes good down there, man. They make this made with love, man.
Like Saniga.
Oh yeah, shit's still good though.
Your face said, "I won't eat that shit ever again."
I mean, I only eat it just I ain't eat it, but I show like the people that I'm, you know, shit, I'm native too, look.
Oh man, it smells so bad though.
So one of the parts that I remember is it said you thought it was more comfortable sleeping on any type of cardboard rather than just preferred cement.
Man, because like there's so much people, you know what I mean? Like all the babies on the bed, you know, like no one has money to buy beds, you know what I mean? Like and like the SSI checks coming in or the child support, the TANF, you know what I mean? Like that's all dead up. You know, we only get that once a month. And, you know, you got a whole bunch of kids and family members there. Shit, make them blame you. A bed on the ground. Shit, that was normal. And if you see natives that live out here from the res, you know, maybe they got a mattress bed or a mattress just on the bed on the floor. You know what I mean? You know, that's how it is. You know? Imagine sleeping on the road. One of them joints in what's that place called over here? That we went to Mattress King or somewhere.
Oh, mattress firm.
Yeah, fuck, weird ass beds and fucking. I bet super soft, sticking that joint. But yeah, that's what it was though, man. Like sometimes that was the only space you had. That's the space you had. You know what I mean?
This is a very controversial topic, but there's something called ICWA. I don't know if you've heard of that. My oldest sister works.
It's called it's called Indian Child Welfare Act. You know what I'm saying? What it does is it keeps it supposedly supposed to keep the native kids that they take from the mom and dad, and they try to foster them to other native families. But sometimes the motherfuckers are alcoholics and shit. Or they just there for the check, you know what I mean?
Because isn't it more difficult? When I was looking into fostering children, obviously I don't care what the background of the child is or what ethnicity they are. Isn't it true that a lot of like white families aren't to adopt, or like it's a very difficult process to adopt a Native American child or even to foster at times?
Yeah, it's because you know the native. There's a very it's like I feel like every race has a movement. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the the native movement. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to be native again, and I mean so they take all these native kids off the reservations, you know what I'm saying? And they place them in, like Rapid City, the cities around, the residents, you know what I mean? And sometimes, any foster home is 50-50, you know what I mean? They can be assholes or they can be like the best parents ever, you know what I mean? Like, but the people that grew up, you know, feeling, prejudiced on and the racism and, just hated on because they were native and like, so they fought for this shit. So that's how it is now. You know what I mean?
So with my oldest sister being in child protection, she has a very different view on certain things. And her biggest thing, like when she started child protection, her thing was like, if I can just make a difference in one person's life, like that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And then she learned obviously how messed up the system was. And then one of like the biggest frustrations she has is when she'll unfortunately, have to take kids. And if they're Native American, they have to jump through hoops to try to place with a family, but she might place them with a family that she knows is not good, but ICWA will make her do that just because they're Native. There might be a Native family that has 10 foster kids, and they would rather place, 1 or 3 kids in that same home than going with a white family.
Well, it's not like the thing is, it's not about to the Iqbal people that are running it, it's not about, you know, if the kids is okay, man. That's my take. You know what I'm saying? What it is they're trying to save, you know, our race, our culture, like our language, our beliefs. I mean, that's the whole point of what Iqbal was about. You know what I mean? So
Right. And I
It's
appreciate
meant
that
to
part.
do more well.
It is. It truly is. It's hard when you might know that, oh, they're going to be placed somewhere where they're not going to do well, or I know these people are not always the best to the kids. And and foster homes are so hard to come by. So if you have a family who does not have the prejudice, who is not, they're just taking the kids for who they are. If you have a family like that that's just willing to give themselves and do whatever it takes,
where they at though?
on our
You know what I mean? Like shit, where they at?
there,
Man?
I know, but it's
Like 1 in a million, man.
it is, but it's so hard then to say, okay, you're gonna be here when you could have been here, and to us it's like you might have had a fighting chance of a different lifestyle. Not trying to take away from anything with like their beliefs and all of that, but it is the unfortunate event that if you're on the res, you don't leave. If you're going back to a crappy childhood full of something like,
Then so like the state officials, the fucking foster care people, like they took me and my siblings away from my mom just 'cause my mom drinks, man. Oh, you see hits us and shit. Like, come on, man. Like, we're poor, like we're out in the streets. You know what I mean? Like, we got family all over in Eastridge. Everybody in that neighborhood is related. You know what I'm saying? And like they took us away thinking that they gonna protect us. You know what I mean? They put us with these families, like shit. Like it's not even no good. You know what I mean? Like, so we always took off. You know what I mean? Like bugs to, flies to one of the lights. You know what I'm saying? We found our way home, and then we there. And they waiting for the cops. The cops gonna show us and grab us again. Like.
And it's hard though. It's hard because they do have that support there.
Yeah.
When you grow up there, when you have like, just like you said, all of Eastridge was family, and so it's, why would you want to take them away from that? But then on the flip side, the white society, you have the idea of, oh my gosh, your mom drinks every night. She sells food stamps for alcohol. You don't know if you're going to eat tonight or not. You would rather go steal from a gas station because then you're going to have food. Like that's crazy. When you come from the opposite lifestyle, something like that is crazy, whereas it's normal to them.
Right.
And then, so commands that they get, it's the lowest of the low. The government gives them this food.
This fucking this nondescript cans and boxes that they don't have, like, how in the store they have, you know what I mean? They just
don't
got
have
words on
labels.
it. A thing that says beef, but beef for juices.
And
No.
I'm not kidding. It's a can. It is a can. You can Google it. There's like maybe one picture of it left, but it is just a can, and it literally just says beef with juices.
And they got this box milk, so it's this box that it's good forever unless you open it. It's real milk too. Like, it must be like spaceship. They use all the spaceship food that they send up there.
Yeah.
Man, shit. But we eat this shit because it's good to us. I mean, like.
But like that's their food. Like so it's government funded food or government issued food, and
they like send it, like it's mailed to you.
So it's like just like any other like a Walmart. A truck comes in.
Yep.
And then they fucking dump it off. Every like, I think it's like the 10th. It's not, yeah, the 10th. It's like when food stamps come out, but you can't get food stamps and commodities at the same time.
It's one or the other.
No.
And it's so, you have that discussion about Native Americans are more susceptible to diabetes, and they're more susceptible to all this sort of stuff.
That's what we eat. That shit is bad. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. So you have this government issued food that you're giving them with no label. You truly don't know what's in it.
Like the ingredients, the nutrition shit. They ain't got none of that.
Nothing.
No.
It's like written on a Sharpie.
Yeah, like it's.
Oh no.
And so it's not even like off-brand stuff they have. It's truly like
maybe
the
it's
worst of the
ground
worst.
up cow tail with a tongue and some eyeballs. I don't know, but it shit tastes good. I'm guessing. I don't
But
know.
like it's kind of like the hot dog. You know, it has all these different parts. It's made into something.
Yeah.
That's what you can about assume is like the beef with juices.
So it's beef, chicken, pork. They give out cans, salmon. No one eats that shit. There's a whole cupboard full of salmon. Throw that shit away. You know what I mean? Like, no one eats it.
And the expiration dates, it never expires.
That is crazy.
So you'll go to one of those homes and they have like a little cupboard thing, and you might see some of those, and that's probably from like
That's why there's a lot of drug
1990.
dealers down there. That's why there's a lot of dudes down there trying to sell drugs. Then, there's a lot of females that are doing prostitution. That's why kids get sex trafficked, because there's no money down there. So like they try to figure money out. You know what I mean? And if they have to figure money out, it's gonna be illegal. You know what I mean? Like they ain't got the schooling or the funds to start something. You know what I mean?
Right. So when you grew up in that type of environment, and then they would remove you and bring you to another home, what was wrong with that other home that you said, nah, I was good where I was? Other than it was comfortable and you knew.
Man, it's just strangers, man. White folks. We were taught to that these guys are the bad guys. You know what I mean? The cops. That's why no one fucks with the cops down. The tribal cops, they're the worst ones. You know what I mean? So no one. As kids, your Unchi or your so Unchi's grandma. So like they're telling these stories. You know what I mean? And you see it firsthand when you like maybe venture off the bridge, you go to the little towns. There's Shattern, Oryx, Interior, Rushville, Gordon. These are towns that are racist ass towns, man. And you see it, and you experience it, and you're like, okay, you know what I mean? That's why I don't live. That's why I'm staying here. But it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
You never but it is what it is. That's shit. That's moms. I'm riding with moms to the end. You know what I mean?
What age were you when you first experienced where you were like, I do not like tribal cops because of your own experience and not because you were told?
Shit. So when they bust up, so housing houses, the tribal cops don't need search warrants.
Oh.
They don't need permission. If the door's open, they can walk in.
Oh, okay.
So that's why everybody locks their doors. And if they can't lock the doors, they got a board or whatever, or butter knives or anything to hold the door in. You know what I'm saying? Because reservation houses, just like the black ghettos and just like the Mexican barrios, you know what I'm saying? It's hood shit. You know what I mean? It's just different levels of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the white boy trailer parks. I can't forget about the white boys. But I was probably like, I want to say 5 or 6. This is my mom and them, my auntie, it's his family, uncles, cousins, they all drinking. And like we all just going around, kids just going around, everybody. So how they appease us is they buy us food, you know what I mean? Candy and shit. So we'll act up. And then it's illegal to drink down the Pond Ridge. Alcohol is illegal, so the cops come in. And it's just the fact that they grabbing on my moms and they grabbing everybody. And then kids freak out, you know what I mean? Like, police don't care. And, just seeing how they are with their own people, it like jays you to how they supposed to serve and protect. I mean.
Mm-hmm. So how old were you when you went to Texas?
I was like 9, 8. My dad, like we went back like when I was 6, 7. It was only for like a year, and then came back because like my dad was having his own problems down there. You know what I mean? And he came back and got us. My mom called him. She's like, I need help. Came and got me and my brother. And, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. Between that, year, 2 years that we was back on the res, I don't know what happened to my dad, you know what I'm saying? But it changed everything, though. Changed my whole fucking life.
What was life like when you were there for just like that year?
But,
Texas.
shit, fuck, it was good, man. Fuck it. His girlfriend was named Carla, man. It was a nice house. You know what I mean? Fuck, we had two childs. One was black, one was white. She give my brother played the Atari all night. Shit. Don't tell me about Atari, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's love.
But it was just
I was like eight or nine.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
nice house, nice.
Carla was a stripper, so it's what it is, you know what I mean?
And then you ended up coming back here.
Yeah, I was down there for like 6. So I came back with 15. But like,
Oh, so you stayed out when you went
Yeah.
out there, 8 or 9. You stayed out
Yeah,
there till you were a teen.
our dad brought us out here to live, you know what I'm saying? Living down in Texas it was nice. I mean, we lived in North Houston, so it was like our neighborhood was called North Cliff. No, not up here, the real one. Nah. But it was like a working class neighborhood. You know what I mean? Everybody worked, nice houses. You know, they had long competitions, you know, things. And of course, you know, had a child, Chino. Child's are good dogs. Child's are sharp eggs. With you know, and our dad, you know what I'm saying, he was just real strict. The way he grew up, you know, the way he was raised, you know, brought it to how we was raised, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there was a lot of abuse, physical abuse. Like, if you ever read this book called Child Called It, that's how my life was. Me and my brother's life, just like that. Like that motherfucking dude, David, wrote that fucking story about us. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you though, when I called that fool up, last time I talked to my dad, but I love my dad no matter what. No matter, like 2019, I called that fool up. It was his birthday. I was like, what's up, Pops? You know? He's like, hey, what's going on, pal? You know, he was in the hospice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dad had contracted HIV and shit from needles, but he's like, I was just, hey man, I was like, I just wanted to call you to say happy birthday and shit, man, and thank you. And he's like, for what? Shit, for the way you raised me, man. Shit, he's like, he didn't want to, he had nothing to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he's like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, shit, I wouldn't be able to survive this life I'm living now, you know what I'm saying? Man, I've never got to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was never a kid, man. I was a grown ass man when I was fucking 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I do shit out here. It's childish stuff, but like I like doing shit like that because I've never experienced it. You know what I mean? Like,
One thing he said to me when I was learning about his childhood right away was I was 8 years old and I was just a res kid who didn't know anything. And then he was immersed into a life of a soldier.
But you were a soldier before. Like, do you understand that? Like, in a crazy way, because like starvation, not having like the right clothes to survive a winter. A South Dakota winter is so brutal. I hate it.
Yeah, so like we always had like our mom. So I'm gonna tell you something. Man. You ever heard of layaway?
Yeah.
I told this shit to her. I told her, she's like, layaway. I laugh how poor people get stuff. But hey, my mom, like, she was a good woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's the strongest woman I know, you know what I mean? I'm choked up. It's like, I love my mom so, but she fought, you know what I'm saying, to raise 3 kids, you know, poverty and domestic abuse. Like, I ain't know, man, before I see dudes get beat up, I see my mom get beat up, you know what I'm saying? I thought she, and then I was fucking like, I swear to God, I was 5 years old, 6 years old, man. I put that knife on her boyfriend. His name was Butch. They were sitting there eating. That fucker just hit her, fool. Boom. Fuck, I tried to grab that knife and fuck, he beat me down, but fuck, he knew though. Moms knew though. that I had her back. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's it. Shit.
So I think it's crazy that like you actually say you were a child up until you were 8, 9 years old, and then going to Texas, and then you grew up. Because in my life, my childhood, in ways I got to experience childhood actually. You didn't get to experience a childhood. You were so many years ahead of me at 8 or 9 years old with everything you had already dealt with on Pine Ridge. And then going straight from Pine Ridge into Texas with your dad and experiencing that type of abuse. And you think your childhood stopped there, where I was like, you never had one, actually.
Like, yeah, you know, we went to like Six Flags and went to they had this water park down called Splash Town.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went there, but like we could never be a kid there. You know what I mean? Like our dad we had to be a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And shit. Uh, and like so in the '90s, uh, this was steroids was coming out. You know what I'm saying? In the '80s, '90s, and so my dad got into anabolic steroids. I mean, like the real shit, not this watered down shit they got now. You know, that's when this first came out, so it was strong and fuck, he was a crackhead. We didn't sneak smoking crack, we didn't know that. Hey, but fuck, this fool got big, you know what I'm saying? Big roid rage and fuck, it was dangerous going on. you ain't supposed to feel fucking fear and so like anxiety and fucking like I ain't talking about like just being fear. I'm talking about fear from like a phobia, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Going home and shit. We're supposed to be safe.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Did that happen like later on after you moved from Texas, or was that like he was just?
Fuck, that was just like bam on the spot type shit.
And then the abuse just enhanced.
Yeah, it sure did.
Oh.
Or maybe that nigga was all. I can't hold it against my dad because that's how he was raised. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
my grandpa, like it was his stepdad. So like my step grandpa, like we never thought of him like that, but like he was a real strong, conservative, abusive white guy. You know what I'm saying? But he had money, and like he did good. You know what I'm saying? But like that's how it is out there in this life.
I think it's really powerful of you to be able to like understand and like hear from myself and Tess and probably anybody you tell this story to who has never experienced a day in your shoes, where we could say you were abused growing up, you never experienced a childhood. But I love that you can sit back and say like, I still love my parents and I still love what they did for me, because you took a whole different thing from it. You took a whole different experience, where most people would let that break them. Just be like, my mom never loved me, my dad never loved me, my dad put his hands on me, so he never loved me. Where you took it as, he made me stronger, he made me this type of person.
Shit, I had to be strong, man. Like I had my little brother there, nigga. Shit. That's crazy, man. Like I love my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a sheriff. You know, I'm proud of that nigga. I went to the military. He a sheriff though, man. Like I'm proud of that dude, man, for real.
Yeah. And
my sister though,
and you and your brother got separated at some point, right?
Yeah.
Where he went foster.
Yeah, cause shit, like my dad, he was so caught up with Craig, man. Like, man, I mean, we had a good life, for real. We had a good life down there, like, except minus the fucking physical abuse and shit. That's all it was, physical abuse. I mean, like, yeah, my dad wasn't that nigga wasn't a fucking lame. I mean, he was a good dude though, man. Like, he was just taught how he was teaching us how he was taught. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, he taught me some good work ethic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he taught me how to work. Cause he's like, hey, you want to be a house nigga, or you gonna be a field nigga? So get out here in this fucking field. Super racist. Like, you see these motherfuckers out around here racist? Nah, that fool was full blown.
Every morning, their dad would wake him up and tell him,
Shit, at 4 o'clock in the morning, wake us up, come in there and be like, oh, this is what I want for breakfast. This is what it was: 2 eggs over easy, toast, bacon, and then he'll go on and tell us what the motherfucker want for lunch and how to make it, and then make sure his tools are in the fucking truck. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, come on, nigga, like, how the fuck, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, how we want? We kids, nigga. Like, shit, let us be kids, nigga. Fuck.
I was spoiled. My dad would come into my bedroom and be like, "Baby, it's time for school. You gotta get up. I need you a coffee." I was so spoiled with it. My mom would turn on the lights and be like, "Wake up!" I was like, "I want dad. I want dad and my mocha."
Hell yeah.
he would, when he came back, if his food wasn't right,
I just, this whole thing. Man, that fool, I swear to God, he was always like looking for something to fucking beat us up for, man. Oh, what's this doing right here? Whose is this? I'm like, I don't know. They probably slap us up with it. So we didn't never know what this motherfucker, but everything had a spot, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let the fucking remote be sent over there, man. That's not his spot, but and he always had like they must be taught how to abuse in the school or something. Nah, cause they have all the tricks. He had all the tricks, man, to hurt a motherfucker.
So going from that, because you left. What age were you left at? 15?
Yeah, so my dad fucking so we moved out of Houston to a little town called Splendora, Texas. You know, it's country.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's different down there, though, man. It's like, so city dudes different. Country dudes is different too. So you get out to the country, man, and it's like a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? So we live with grandma and grandpa. Grandpa had money and shit, so about 10 acres. You know, the house was already built. And he bought my dad a trailer and put it on the property. You know what I'm saying? And me, my brother, my grandpa set the whole shit up, the septic system. You know, shit. My grandpa, you know, like he treated us good. You know, he was Baptist, he was like Southern Baptist, real good dude. But you know, he's old, so that shit. Me and my brothers in there digging this fucking the septic system, like the tank. You know, I had to go 7 feet down. Shit, we down in the rain,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, swimming around. But like I said, he was real bad on that crack and shit. And he was the first person to introduce me to crack. That was the first drug I ever did. Like motherfuckers started weed or smoke weed for the first time. You know what I'm saying? But it was crack, and he, you know, he was just like, "Hey, pal." I'm like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "You know what this is?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "You want to try some?" And I look at his friend. I look at his friend. And he's like, and his friend looks at me and like, just set it out. And I was like, "Yes, sir." Yeah, it's yes sir, no sir, man. That's how we had to talk to him. He's like, "Step in the office, then." Hey, so went into the bathroom. I'm 15, man, fresh 15. On a ghetto can pipe with the ashes, you know what I'm saying? He put the motherfucking the rock on there, and he's like, just inhale like a breath and hold it. First hit for my whole shit. Like you do fucking yeah up here, stepped on so badly, like it's fucking. It's like so like it was like boom, and then I did another hit, or 2 hits, and his friends like, "Hey, man, here's a secret, man. That's some fucked up peer pressure."